on with our needles. And what we're going to make is, again, something for our table. I think so far we've done napkin rings. Oh, I can't think of what else that we've done. We've done stuff. Today I'm going to show you how easy it is just to make a simple cutlery pouch. And I'm going to make it just going to be a rectangle, bit of, where's me fluffy stuff? Where's me fluffy stuff gone? I tell ya, you know, if I ever make a video where I'm actually organized, it'd be amazing. I'm going to have some fluffy stuff at the top so it looks like white fur, so it just looks a little bit like a stocking, but it's just going to be straight. You can do it in garter or in stockinette, whichever you prefer. I think I might just do it in garter, just purely because it will not curl. That'll probably be long enough. I'm going to do a long tail cast on. And I'm going to cast on 28. Actually, I might make it 30. And I'm not going to do the perfect edging on this because I'm going to be sewing the side of the side and sewing across the bottom as well. So yeah, let's see how many stitches we've got. I've not been counting. Once again, this is just something really simple to do, watching TV at night. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. Ooh, 26, 27. Okay, I think I'll be settling with 28. Okay, so, and that's it. And we're just gonna knit until it's about 6 inches long, which is about, see, you people, you American people, you've got me thinking and talking in inches now, and I'm forgetting my my centimeters. I think it's about, let me get my ruler out. So 6 inches is about 15 centimeters long. That's probably going to be way too long. I reckon we could shorten that to 4 inches, which will be, yeah, about 10 centimeters long. And because that's with the red, and then we're going to be adding some fluff to the top. So now you can put the person's name on these, so at the same time as acting as a you know, cutlery holder, it's also going to act as a place set name. Oh, I can never say that properly. Place setting name. Place name setting? Place name set. You know what I mean. The name of who's going to sit at that part of the table. Anyway, not that, you know, anybody has to follow those sorts of rules. I think everyone just sits where they want to, but it's just a nice touch to have some names. And I do want to use some of my letters. I bought a big tube of, I think I probably showed you all a few weeks ago, or a few days ago, or whenever it was. I showed you a big tube of 900 letters, and I thought, okay, I'm going to have to divide these up into the letters, because I basically, you know, if I'm going to use them to spell out things, it's just going to be easier to try and get all the letters. And it took me a while, but what I did, and I'll just show you quickly, is I got like all the letters. So there's all B's, and C's and E's. And it's amazing. Where's my... I got more, and I know I've said this before. Whether or not I've said it in a videotape that I've deleted or not, I cannot remember. But I got more Z's, which you can see there. This is more Z's than C's. More Z's than B's. More Z's than absolutely almost any other letter. It's just insane. I'm assuming they want me to invite lots of people with the name Z in them, letter Z in their name. Or I have probably twice as many Z's as I do I's. So then I was thinking I and Z, and I thought, maybe they think I'm going to spill out the word pizza a lot. So, yeah. And then I started wondering if you would be able to buy individual, you know, bags of individual lettering, you know, because I don't really want to keep buying these letters if I'm just going to get more and more letters that I'm not going to use. I mean, that just seems silly. Seems like a waste of time and effort. So, yeah, that might be the only time I buy those sorts of letters. But I thought, oh, well, I'll take advantage of them. I'll put the letters, perhaps, you know, on the stocking, or not the stocking, because I was going to make these into little stockings, but I'll just put the lettering of a name on them, you know, for place setting. Well, maybe that's what it's called, place setting. Oh, I don't know. But anyway, so I'm just going to sit here and knit until I'm, what did I say in the end? 10 centimeters, which was about 4 inches. No, 10 centimeters is about, yeah, 4.5 inches. So I'm just going to knit until I get to that. Then I'll put some fluffy stuff on and put the lettering on, and then sew it up, and it'll be finished. It'll be a nice, like I say, nice, easy project. You know, I can knit without looking, and then I thought maybe tomorrow, oops, someone's been naughty, then tomorrow I will do perhaps a crocheted one, you know, not that it's going to look any different. Maybe I'll do a crochet one in stripes or something, just for a change. Maybe I'll do red and green stripes. I could do red and green stripes on this, but no, I won't. Yeah, I'll just leave it as all red, I think. And I might even put, that's what I'll do, button, who's got the button? I might even put a button on them, just to sort of snazzy them up a little bit. A button and a name. Button, who's got the button? Who can tell me what movie that's from? It was actually a movie I've recently found out was initially released in the US at Christmas, although it is not a Christmas movie. It is a movie that I remember watching. It used to come out every year back in the day we used to have 3 term breaks. No, 2 term breaks. No, 3 term breaks, because we had 3 terms. So the first term was like February, say, to Easter. And then the second one was, you know, like Easter to, you know, September or whenever. August. And then the next one was early December at the very, very latest. And yeah, we used to have long breaks summer, because obviously we got summer and Easter at the same time. So yeah, very, very long breaks. But it used to always be between the 2nd term and the 3rd term that it used to come on our TVs. And I absolutely loved it. I used to read the book at least once a year, maybe twice a year. Along with that, I used to also read The Wizard of Oz a couple of times a year. I was always disappointed that The Wizard of Oz book was really nothing like the movie, you know, because in the movie, Glinda the Good Witch comes to Dorothy after the wizard gets taken away in the balloon and Dorothy misses the balloon. But in the book, she has to travel to Glinda the Good Witch of the North, and she has all these other adventures on the way. And one of the places she goes through is a China town. Now, I don't mean China as in Chinese, I mean China as in crockery china. You know, everything was very delicate china. And the princess there didn't have a crack, whereas the clown was full of cracks and breaks and everything. And the princess was always sort of telling the clown to stay away from her, because he was always, you know, doing roly-polies and whatnot, and she was terrified he was going to ruin her beauty by, you know, putting a crack in her or something. And yeah, and it gave a chance for the characters, the Scarecrow, the Lion, and the Tin Man, to show more of their abilities. You know, like the Lion got to show his bravery by jumping this huge gorge, and I can't remember the rest, but yeah. So yeah, button, who's got the button? If you can, if you know what line that movie is from, please put it in the comment section. I'd love to know. I mean, I know, but I'd love to see if you know. I think most people would know. You know, I used to be able to recite that movie verbatim. Same with The Wizard of Oz. I could just verbatim. I knew everything that was said. Wasn't as big a fan of The Wizard of Oz as I was this other movie. But yeah, so anyway. So I'm just going to keep crocheting until I get to the length I need or want. And what I should do is ask Lisa where she got her pattern for her mini stockings, because they would make a great little cutlery holder as well. And if you're not sure what I mean by a cutlery holder, it's just a little bag that you put your cutlery in, you know, your fork and your knife and maybe a spoon, and it just sits on the side of your plate. And it's just a decorative piece, once again, just sort of for Christmas, just to snazzy things up. I used to love decorating a Christmas table when I was sort of really into it. But then lots of things happened, and well, Christmas didn't hold much significance anymore for me. But not this Christmas, but next Christmas, I've got a feeling that's all going to change, because I will have a little grandchild born in May. So, I mean, they won't know what Christmas is, obviously, at that age, but it's still going to be a bit of fun. I might have to make definitely have to make them a Santa or elf hat and whatnot. I've got to really think about what I'm going to do to next year. You know, I was going to make like a New Year's resolutions as to things I was going to do every month. And there's lots of things I want to do every month, but there's also lots of things that I don't want to continue doing that I have been doing. Because I've decided, I think it was, I was talking to some content creators. And one of them, it was Michael from MDL Crochet, who said to me, just make what you want to make and do a tutorial for that. And, if people like it, they like it. If they don't like it, they don't like it. But just make what you want to make. And there are quite a few. I've got a few blanket ideas that I would like to make. Which might be something I could sort of do on the channel. I definitely want to do, I don't know whether you would have seen the calendar that I got in my Simply Crochet magazine subscription, but it was a calendar, and it's full of, it's got 12 patterns for 12 amigurumi, about 12 celebrations that are held throughout the year. And there's a little amigurumi made for each month. So I definitely want to do that. And I want that to be probably a little giveaway. So I'll make the character, for the celebration. And, I'll have the whole month to do it. And then I won't be able to sort of show myself making it, but I'll be able to do updates. I'll be able to show you what I'm going to make, and then sort of show you updates, because obviously the pattern is copywritten, so I can't really do like a tutorial on the pattern, but I can, like I say, show you updates and whatnot. And when it's finished at the end of the month, I'll possibly, put in names in a hat or whatever. People who who want it can sort of put their name down and say, yeah, I would love it. And when I'm finished with making it, I can just post it to them as a sort of thank you for subscribing and watching. So there's that. That's one thing I definitely want to do. I definitely want to do hooker by hooker as well. I want to do the projects that they're doing every month, because that's always looked like a lot of fun. So that's two things I definitely want to do. Oh, I'm getting a visitor. I think I am I? I can hear the crunching on the gravel. Am I getting a visitor? No, I'm not. It must be next door. So, yeah. I want to continue with my knitting tutorials for beginners. Here we go, crunch, crunch, crunch again. Yep, someone's coming. Just hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, sorry about that. My dad, he wanted to know if I'd called him at all. Oh, hello, Jojo, Jimmy Jojo. Jimmy, my Joey dog, a cat even. There you go, mate. Hey. They love it when they see when my dad pops around. Sometimes he leaves the gate between in the fence open. Yes, we have a gate in between the fence. He literally lives next door, my mum and dad, and there's a gate in the fence. My dad built a gate in the fence when we both moved in, and sometimes he leaves it open, and the dog comes into our garden, and he comes up to my window and says hello. And the cats quite like it. They, usually look out the window down at him as if to say, haha, we're the king of the castles. But, yeah. Which surprised me. I thought they might freak out at a dog, but they don't. I mean, it might be a different story if the dog actually came into the house and started chasing them. I don't know, but anyway. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just going to keep knitting, knitting, knitting. And I'll come back when I'm at my length I want to be, and I will add my fluffy yarn. Probably only need to do a few rows of that. Let me have a look. I mean, it's quite fluffy, and I don't think you'd need too many yarn, rows to sort of, you know, to be on top, to be thick enough. So, and I might even add, I don't know, I might add a bit of glitter. I haven't been using this very much, but actually, Hooker by Hooker, they got blue, silver, and white. And I did wonder if I should do something where I could put this and this together and have like a blue, because it's meant to be something to keep the shoulders warm. And I thought a blue bed cape with a hood and the fluff around the hood, and you know, we'll see. That might be something that I'll do another day, but until then, I won't be long. I'll be back with my fluffy yarn and my letters, and my button, who's got the button, and finish it off. Okay, see you in a little while.
Hi, my name is Joey, and my mummy wants to know why you haven't subscribed yet. Come on, hit that button. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, I have done several rows. I'm not going to count them, no. It is, hang on, 10 centimeters long, which is 4 inches. The width, I just did 28 stitches, but it's 6 inches long, which is approximately 15 and a half or 16 centimeters. I'm just about to change to my fluffy yarn, and look, it's got a center pull that didn't yarn bath on me. I was pretty excited about that when I saw it sticking out, and I said, please, please, please don't do a yarn bath. All right, so I'm gonna attempt, not really ever knitted with this sort of yarn before. I mean, I've knitted with eyelash yarn, I've knitted with mohair, I've knitted with can't think of what it's called. So, but I've never knitted with this. I've tried, I think, crocheting with this, to crochet an animal, or an animal. And yeah, so we're just gonna see how this goes. I don't know, I think I should really tie that. I think I should cut my end and tie it just in good length, and then sort of, don't know whether to tie that around that or the red around. I'll tie the white around the red and see how that goes. Under and up once, under and up twice. I find that usually makes a more secure knot. Give it a good pull. Yeah, moving on. And I'm just going to keep knitting. Slide that down so it's close. And I'm just going to knit a couple of rows. I guess with knitting it might be easier simply because I know where the stitches are better, if that makes any sense, because I'm on the needle and they'll be easier to find. So yeah, But this is just basically going to be mimicking a Santa's stocking or Santa's red sack or, you know, an upside down Santa hat. It's just to give a bit of Christmassy feel to the table with an unnecessary, unneeded cutlery bag. It's just one of those stupid things we do at Christmas, I think. Or that I do at Christmas. Or used to do at Christmas. I don't do it very much anymore. So, it's lovely and soft. I'm not going to say anything until I come back about how I'm finding knitting with it, because I'm knitting into the red still. So this is the true test of knitting with this yarn. Oh dear, someone's having a whinge again. One of my cats always having a whinge. Okay. Yeah, all right. Well, see, I can knit sort of, I don't have to look at what I'm knitting. So I can go by feel. So I'm not finding this too hard. I think I would have a lot of trouble if I was crocheting, but trying to find the top of a stitch. I would have to probably go in between stitches if I was crocheting this. Yeah. Oh dear. What's the matter, Joey? Oh, you're going away. All right, bye-bye. If he doesn't get what he wants, he just goes away. I might have to do a third row, actually. Just one more. And then I can get the glue gun out and get that started to heating up. Or I might not need the glue gun, we'll see. I'd love to do, possibly, no, that wouldn't work out, would it? Wouldn't look right. I was going to say I'd do a snowflake in this. It would have to be a really large hold snowflake to look any good because of the fluff, unless I ran it with a tinsel. I like the yarn, I do. I like this yarn. It's very soft and knitter friendly. Oh dear, okay. I think 2 rows might just about be all I need. That will obviously be the inside because the red is showing through. So this will be the outside. I think that's probably enough. Casting off with this. All right. I didn't consider that, did I? No, I did not. Okay, casting off with this. Let's see how that goes. I'm getting a bit of a yarn review today as well with my project. Okay, get in there, over, yep. I really am doing this mostly by feel and just assuming that the needle, that the stitch is there when I insert the needle. So I could see my my brain imploding if I did not insert the needle into the right spot or whatever. I could see me sort of slightly losing my mind. But if you take care and make sure each stitch that, you know, you've gone into the stitch and not just under it or beside it and missed it altogether, you should be okay. It's a bit flat too. I wonder if combing it would puff it up again. Let me know if you know. You know, can I give this a comb? Will that help? Will that help pull out those strands that are sort of locked down by the knitting? I don't know. But I'm going to definitely use this in a project soon that I that won't really, well, it should be a Christmas project because it's going to be a wintry project. It'll be for my grandchild, I think. My first grandchild due in May. Did I mention that at all? Recently. Oh, I'm sorry. I am very happy about it. You know, it's, now only my son could get to work. You know, I could have them coming in from both sides. Yeah, fun, fun, fun. Oops. Okay. It's a shame that most of these, you know, really beautiful yarns like this are not, I can't find any Aussie-made ones. They're all either China or the USA, or I think even the UK makes some. I'm not sure. I just can't find any Australian ones. Wondering if I should, oh dear. Why do they do that? Sorry, I was completely squirreled there. My boy just keeps scooping his dry food out of his bowl. There he goes again, scoop, 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 onto the floor and then eats it. Now, until recently, he used to try that with the water. He'd scoop the water out of the bowl onto the carpet and then get all angry because he couldn't drink it off the floor. But he's thankfully stopped doing that. Okay, so there's that. Oh, yep, I quite like that. That's not bad at all. Okay, so I'll just get my ends sewn away because, you know, oh dear, no, this is going to be annoying, but aha, gotcha. But I'm not one to give up easily. Now I'll just try and thread that through this red, because I can see the red. Sorry, I'm off screen. See the red. I'm only gonna go one way because I think trying to come back won't be easy. Not gonna come through. Yes, it did. Yay. Okay. I'm just going to leave that because that's on the inside anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's got a bit of a dangly bit, and that gives it some room to shrink or whatever and back into the piece. Got it. Yes. That never fails, you know, when you are trying to thread anything. You just, I'll show you again. If you sort of just bare bones it, you know, go, you know, right to the base, like, you know, of the yarn like that, hold it quite tight and you get an edge. Once you've got an edge, you can pull it through. Of course, you can also use a a threader. I've got a few of those laying around somewhere. I've also got needles with really big eyes that made of wire for amigurumi and whatnot. It's always a good idea to have a variety of darning needles. Well, that one could be shortened just a bit. Okay. All right. So in the red. Now there's a way you're supposed to do this, where you're supposed to go like into the bump and up like this, like a zigzag. I don't normally do it. But it is supposed to be effective. Oops, that way. I'm just going to take it back along, splitting the yarn as I go. That's the key, in my opinion, to any threaded in yarns to stay threaded in. If you split the yarn on your way down or on your way back or both, it's not going to be as loose as if you literally put it through the existing holes. You know, if you put it into a hole and out of another, and into, you know, it's going to be really loose and easy to pull out. Or easier to pull out. Okay. I think I might leave that one and I'll just sew over it. So this is what it's going to look like. You know, I'm looking at this now thinking you could almost do a chimney. You know, you could do a brick stitch almost in Tunisian, or normal brick stitch in knitting or anything like that. And you could have like a little chimney that would look quite cute too, with snow on top of the chimney. Sorry, I'm having a bit of coffee. I need to get rid of this headache. Yeah, I'm a slurper. Sorry. I'm a slurper. Now, I'm not going to... I don't know if I'm going to sew those edges or not. Need to be not so close. Alright. I'm going to use some red yarn. Nice long piece, so I don't have to redo it. I'm going to go down the side and along the bottom. Or I can go along the side and up the, along the bottom and up the side. Does not really matter which way I go. Oops, need to rethread that again, because I didn't pull all threads through. And I love this white yarn because it's going to hide a multitude. Whoops, no, that's the good side. Wrong way around. Hang on. Ooh, good thing I picked up on that. In the good sides together. Or the right sides together, I should say. And this is where I get really slack when I'm making things. I'm just going to tie a knot. I like yarn, acrylic yarn for that, because it does tend to just stretch and stretch and stretch when you pull on it, and becomes nice. You know, the knot becomes nice and tiny. And I'm just going to go into the bumps, from bump to bump, like that, with that yarn over in the middle. Bump to bump. I mean, this does not have to be, you know, perfect. It's not being worn. It does not have to be super strong. You know, it's not being worn. This is going to just be sitting on the table for a few hours. Probably just use the once when it's picked, you know, well, twice when it's picked up to put the cutlery in, and when it's picked up again to take the cutlery out. And then that's it. Oh, what have I done there? Oh, okay. Nothing. Okay, here we go. I sent around to my mum's the Christmas runner, which I think she's going to use for her coffee table, because I realized, silly me, that her table is square, though the runner could go from corner to corner and look okay, but not only is her table square, it does have a very large Lazy Susan in it. And then I thought, oh, I could make a Lazy Susan, like Christmassy doily, that would fit her Lazy Susan, and have it hang over the sides just a smidge. Maybe have something like that just hanging over the edge. Just a smidge of, you know, snow hanging over the edge. And that might be quite nice. That needs to be a bit shorter still. Okay. Oh, oops, yep, that's the end. Oh, my fumbly fingers, sorry. Keep dropping things. We're not finished yet either. Should have probably paused this or something, but oh, who's trying to call me? Goulburn. Yeah, well, that's going to be a scammer. Not interested. Go away. I actually pulled my regular landline. Yeah, I still got one of those. I have to have a landline number and a landline for the internet service. Why, I don't know, but that's what they tell me. And I got so tired of dealing with scammer calls, I just unplugged it from the wall. I get a few on the mobile phone, but mostly because of this woman in Queensland who decided that she was going to give out my phone number instead of hers. The last 3 digits, she transposed 2 of the digits, and so I end up getting all these phone calls asking for her. Well, I got sick of it, and one of them, one day, one of them actually told me her surname and how to spell her surname. So I went looking. I was getting text messages from her vet saying, you know, don't forget so-and-so's appointment, you know, is upcoming this Wednesday. I was getting hairdresser notifications. And I thought, really? No, I don't need this. So once I actually found out what her name was, I went searching on Facebook. And I said, look, if this is you, please go and tell all of these people that the number you were giving them is wrong. Oh, I've had that number for 12 years and I've never given it out as wrong. And I said, well, they are transposing it when you give it to them, and they are contacting me. I said, and she says, just don't answer if you don't recognize it. I said, it's easy to say that when you're getting a text all the time with messages like, I even got, at one point, I was even getting messages from doctors at hospitals. And I said to her, look, I said, that's really important stuff. Oh dear, you know what I should have done before I did that? Oops, I should have put my letters on. I should have sewed my letters on before I did that. Never mind. But anyway, so, and I was like really concerned because I thought, well, this is important stuff. If you obviously need an operation and they're contacting you to say, please contact us, we've now got a position available for you to come in for this surgery. And she wasn't getting the message because she, she claimed she hadn't given them the wrong number. But I literally had a doctor, a hospital, a hairdresser, 2 makeup distributors, big company makeup distributors, and at least, did I say a hairdresser? I think I might have said a hairdresser already. But also a beauty salon, all have the wrong number, and they transpose the same 2 figures. So she's either giving it out incorrectly, or they have all heard the number and transposed 2 figures. And I thought, yeah, I don't know. No one's transposing the figures on my phone and calling you. Or if they are, she certainly doesn't bother telling me. And then she texted me the other week, and she said, have you gotten any phone calls for me lately? I was like, yeah, still. And she goes, oh, you're still getting them? And I'm like, yeah, they never stopped. She's like, oh, sorry. And I'm like, well, look, it's hard for me to know whether they're a friend or whether they're a scammer. I said, so, yeah. Oops. Oh, darn. I just dropped the button. I was looking for this Santa. I could sew him on. I could. Thank you. But the cat says no. The cat says, get the hot glue gun out, Mum. We want the hot glue gun out. Okay. All right, then. But who am I going to give this to? I think I will give this one to my mother, who we call Nan. So I need green letters. I'll get some green letters. A bit of green. A bit of green. So we call her Nan, N-A-N. Oh dear, you're having a whinge. Now see, here's all my Z's. And I need 2 N's. Oh dear, where have I put the N's? It literally has taken me, I see, and there's my eyes. That's how many eyes I got. Now you would assume I's, Z's. Now, I don't know about you, but, vowels are used more often in the English language than Z's. And yeah, they're all Z's. Some of them might look like N's, but they're all Z's. Oh, why can't I find that would be the last bag I pull out. It'd be the very last bag of all of them. Oh, E, D, S, N, right. And there's my N's. I mean, it's just craziness. But I had to separate them. My brain couldn't not separate them. It was not doing well. Okay. So, N, A, N. Now, I don't know whether that glue will sew them on. What do you reckon, Putty Tat? Well, now you're quiet. You don't know what I should do with these letters. Should I sew these ones on? No, she just... Oh, what's that? What? Should I sew these letters on? Okay, hot glue gun. Hot glue gun for the button. Oh, darn. Okay. Hot glue gun on. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Slide, slide, slide. Now. Oh, dear. Okay. Plug is on. Will you stop moving? Stay. Right. Okay, let's do Nan. I'll sew them on, I think. Needle and thread. First thing I'll do is, should I put it at the top or the bottom? I'll put it at the bottom. No, the top would be easier. Because I stuffed up. I did a stuffed up pussycat. Okay, so N. N. Sort of on a slant, which is what I want. Tie it at the back. Loop over. Loop over. Pull nice and tight. And yeah, I can see your belly. My cat does this thing that my dog used to do, where she lifts up her paws. No, that's a hot, that will get very hot very soon. Yeah, I know, you're not allowed to touch that. It's a glue gun. I do not need the RSPCA coming after me. That's the Royal Protection Society of Australia. Okay, now pop that there. Oops. Yeah, I would have, in a perfect world where I used my brain, I would have added these letters before I sewed up the edges. And just going to put the last one on. But I didn't, so that's the breaks. And slightly slanted down to there maybe. See how that looks. Yep. Okay. And go through a thread. Pull it shut, do it again. Now, scissors, that's what I was looking for. You could glue them on if you wanted, but I think this doesn't really dry clear. And with the Santa, now you could even, if you wanted, you could put a go out a little bit. You could put a loop on here. You could hang this from the tree with Christmas stockings in it, with candy canes in it, or you could put. Okay, back in a minute. I dropped it again. Back again. Okay. Yeah. Gosh, I hate it when I drop things. Out of breath. Sorry. Oh, don't drop it again. Don't drop it again. Yeah, I almost dropped it again. Okay, waiting for my glue gun to get warm enough. Oh, it's a little bit coming out already, so I'm going to assume that's enough. And pop him on. Oops, glue's coming through the front. And there we go. Yeah, so you could make it into, I'll just unplug the glue gun. Yeah, you could make a little, it's not a stocking shape obviously, but you could make a little, just a little present sack. You could put some jewellery in them, you could put your cutlery in them. I've got a spoon here that just sort of shows you, well, it's a dirty spoon. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. I like the look of that. I'm really happy with that actually. So I might even publish this video. So that's that. Cutlery pouch for my mum, who is known as Nan to her kids. Alright, that's it, I think. Have I done everything I said I was going to do? Sorry, my brain is not functioning at best at the moment. I mean, it never functions 100%, let's be honest. But today it's, yeah, I think it's the heat. It's got to be the heat. And it's not so much the heat, it's the humidity that really plays havoc with me. Anyway, please take care, have fun. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you do, please like and subscribe and even share them. Maybe show them to somebody. If you're not a knitter and you haven't got time to knit them, but you would like them, maybe show them to a knitter and say, hey, do you think you could do these? You know, that would be great. And if that person can subscribe or like me, that'd be brilliant too. You know, I don't expect nor want to get to 10,000 in a year like good old Michael. Congratulations, Michael, from MDL. But, you know, I'd like to get to 1,000 by the end of August next year, which would be almost like, I think, my channelversary. That would be nice. Just to 1,000. That's all I would like. And I don't know why it's such an arbitrary number, but yeah. Anyway, I'm blabbering now again. Take care. See you later. Bye for now.